In this week's parsha, we have a lot of times bruchas. Yaakov benched the children of Yosef. Yaakov benched the Birchas Yaakov. He benched Shvutim. What is the point of a brucha? How does a brucha work? And what is the concept of a brucha b'chlal? So it starts out, the first time we have brucha over here mentioned, Yaakov, he says, Vayemi Yaakov Yosef, Ayel Shaddai, Nira Elai Belizbeir, it's Canaan, Vayevurech Oisi. The Rebbeinu Shalom benched me. And first of all, he uses the name over here, Kyle Shakai, which we'll see maybe why. When he benched me, what did he say? V'yemer alai hinni mafrechu ve'bisichu inesatichu l'kal amim v'nesatu zes l'zrach achrecha chizas oilam v'atu shnai v'neichu, your two sons. So Rashi explains that the pshat is the Rebbeinu Shalom benched me, that I'm going to have kahal amim, multiple shvutim, and I didn't have any new shvutim, so I'm giving that brucha that the Rebbeinu Shalom gave me to your sons, Ephraim and Menashe, and that's we said, Shnai b'neichu and luluchu beitz Mitzrayim, Ephraim and Menashe kirivim v'shimon yili, Ephraim and Menashe could be like kirivim v'shimon. What does it mean? It's very hard to understand. The Rebbeinu Shalom gave him a brucha, and he didn't use the brucha, so he could give it to somebody else. He could reuse it. It's like a brucha. It's like I don't know, a check. If you didn't use the check, you could give it to somebody else, and they could keep on, giving the check further and further. What does it mean? How does it work? What is a brucha? So then you find later again, that when Yosef brought the children to Yaakov, he said, let me bench them. Again, he's going to bench them. And he used delusion over here, famous solution, Yisimcha, that B'chu Yevurich Yisru Alayim Yisimcha Lim K'Ephraim Menashe. Everybody should bench the children, they should be like Ephraim and Menashe. But Yusuf is Ephraim Lefnai Menashe. He put Ephraim before Menashe, even though Menashe was the Bechor. And the famous story that he switched over his hands and he put his right hand on Ephraim and his left hand on Menashe. Again, he mixed them up. He put Ephraim was the Bechor, so he was standing on the left side, so he put his right hand over Sikail es Yudov ki Menashe haBechor. What is the story? What's going on over here with the bruchas? The answer is that a brucha is a hamshucha of kedisha, of shefa elyon, of rachnias into gashmias. That's what a brucha is. A brucha brings something which is above into the thing that's below. So Moshe Rabbeinu Shalom says in the beginning of the Torah, "Vayevurech oisem alihim v'yom elahem alihim pri revi im eliyas uretz." The Rabbeinu Shalom gave the koyach to be able to be more and more. That koyach of ribi comes from a brucha, comes from a koyach elyon. The Rebbeinu Shalom benched every part of the world in order to be able to become a ribi koyach elyon. All the animals, all the fish. But Lemushal the Rebbeinu Shalom did not bench the earth in such a way, so therefore the earth is not nesirabed. There's no shefa eliki to make it become more and more. In a similar way, you have the koyach of brucha that goes into a person, a particular person, a brucha that the Rebbeinu Shalom gives to a particular person. What is that brucha? That brucha is every person has a certain tchinas hanefesh, a certain natural bent, a certain his nature. Every person's nature is different. But what gives him the koyach to be able to take his nature and to make it into something amazing? Take his nature and to really use it for the benefit of others, for the benefit of the world. What is the koyach that does that? That's a koyach of brucha. It's a koyach elyon of brucha that goes into it, and that's the concept of benching, that the uvas bench their children so that they should have this koyach elyon, so that they should be able to accomplish their tafkid in a proper way. Yaakov, the Rebbeinu Shalom gave Yaakov in a brucha, v'yisal kal amim, that you're going to have two more shvutim. That means that there's two more tafkidim that have to happen. Reuven has a tafkid, Shimon has a tafkid, Levi has a tafkid. Yaakov said, the Rebbeinu Shalom gave me this, the two more tafkidim have to happen. Where is it happening? How is it happening? When is it happening? Who's going to be able to do it? I don't have any more shvutim. So I'm taking Ephraim and Menashe, Kiriv and Shimon, and Ephraim gets his tafkid, and Menashe gets his tafkid. And each of them is going to be able to accomplish, they have their own purpose in the world that they have to accomplish, and that's what he did, Ephraim and Menashe, Kiriv and Shimon, Yeli. And since Ephraim had the more, this is called Yamin and Smoil. Yamin is more of a giving tafkid, and Smoil is more of a strong withholding tafkid. Both are necessary in the world, Chesed and Gevira. So since the tafkid of Ephraim, which is solution from Pri Revi, from Pri Revai, his solution is more of Rebbe, so that has to be the right hand. And Menashe is Melushan forgetting, which means withholding. So that has to be the left hand. So that's why Sikel es Yudav, he had to put his right hand onto Ephraim to give the koyach of Rebbe into Ephraim, that he should be able to do his tafkid from the right side, and at the same time he put his left hand on Menashe to give him the ability to be able to accomplish what he has to accomplish. For example, you have to be able to withhold good things from the Rishuim so that they shouldn't abuse their system. That's the Pusa continues. Vayivurech es Yosef vayomer hu elihim asher salchu levois avos alafunav Avram v'Yitzchak hu elihim hu roya oisim oidat yom hazeh hamalach hagoy eloisim mikol ru yivurech es neurim. He benched Yosef or he benched the children? Right? But he benched Yosef because Yosef is Milushin Yosef more. So he benched and he put the koyach of Brucha into Yosef separately from the separate koyach that he gave to Ephraim and the koyach that he gave to Menashe. So the Gemara says in Brucha, Stafni and Hayim advise that if a person, that Ayin Hara cannot come onto Zayra Shel Yosef. Anu Zayra de Yosef Koasina, because Ayin Hara is the opposite of Brucha. Brucha provides Ribi, and that's what he said by Vayivurech Yosef, and he said that anybody who's Mizara Shel Yosef can't get a Ayin Hara. And Rabbi Yochanan, who doesn't look like he was Mizara Shel Yosef, said Anu Mizara de Yosef Koasina, and he used that koyach, he pulled from that koyach of Yosef not to get Ayin Hara.